We finally won at Goodison Park. Thank God for that. 1-0 to the Arsenal. Listen, before I get into my match review, the first thing I want to tell you is that with the events in Malaysia and Libya in recent days, recent weeks, I'm going to donate every penny from the views on this video to those relief efforts. So please do help share this video. So like it, comment, etc. Do all of that stuff to make sure it gets as many views as possible, and all of that can go to those relief efforts. Anyway, Arsenal 1, Everton 0, and we've come to a ground where we have failed to come away with the 3 points, and in fact sometimes even 1 point, so many times in recent seasons. It's one of those games where I'm scared of it now, because you see like Everton results: lose, draw, lose, 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 win, draw, draw, lose, lose. And that win in a run of like 10 games without any win happens to be Arsenal. What happens when Arsenal come to town? Their players end up playing like monsters. Pickford is having the best day of his life. I remember that game where Onana absolutely bossed it. And you think to yourself, like, God, are we ever going to win here? Today we did. And you know, we will obviously talk about Leandro Trossard's goal, which was a phenomenal goal. But we didn't win today because of anything incredible. We won today because even though Leandro Trossard's goal was incredible, and on another day we would have conceded a goal. I think the hallmark, the stuff that underpinned the win today was actually just a really sensible performance. In a way, a slightly boring, sensible, very well game managed, mature performance. And man, honestly, I love to see it, because so many times, right, you can get a little bit carried away thinking, oh, we've got all the possession and, Everton aren't posing a threat, etc. And you can kind of lose your cool a little bit, start to force it or take a risk here and there because you think you can get away with it. The example of that I'd give today is Declan Rice. He did not have a game where he's going to be spoken about, where people are going to be saying, oh, Declan Rice did this, or look at this moment, or look at this thing that he did. But it's that level of reining it in, that level of professionalism, where he obviously would have been tempted to go forward a little bit thinking, oh yeah, my defence have got this, don't worry. But he didn't. And it's things like that that helped Arsenal deal with Everton's counter-attack and make sure that actually they pose no threat to us. Little things like that where players are saying, no, I'm just going to do my job. You saw Zinchenko today. I thought he played really well. I thought he had a really, really good passing range on him. Another player that did really well for me was Fabio Vieira. For me, he came in and he justified his starting selection in this team ahead of Kai Havertz. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. In the North London derby, the Champions League, I know that's coming up, but I'm interested in that huge game against Tottenham. Who would you start? Would it be Kai Havertz or would it be Fabio Vieira? And I know Trossard is making a case for replacing the team as well with that incredible finish, but just out of those two, I'm curious. For me today, the team selection was an interesting one that Arteta came up with, because you see Aaron Ramsdale dropped for David Raya, and you think to yourself, like, okay, I wonder why that is. Aaron Ramsdale, did he do too much wrong in the last game against United? Not for me. I thought it was absolutely fine. But clearly David Raya hasn't come to Arsenal to never, ever get a game. So what is it? Is it Arteta basically saying, David Raya, you're my choice? Is it just a bit of rotation ahead of a Champions League game? Look, before this game, if someone had said to me who's going to play today, I would have said Aaron Ramsdale, no doubt. And David Raya will come in for the Champions League game. And then Aaron Ramsdale will come in again for the Premier League game against Tottenham. Now, because of the fact that Arteta rotated the keeper, I'm a bit confused. I don't know what he's going with. The way I see it, Aaron Ramsdale has done nothing wrong to be displaced as that number one for Arsenal Football Club. So the fact that David Raya came in today was a bit of a shock to me. I don't know if anyone else has got any more theories on it, but I don't know now who's going to play in the Champions League midweek game. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below and who you put down as your number one for Arsenal. Anyway, now, and on David Raya, look, he had nothing to do today, basically. So couldn't really prove himself or disprove himself. It's just one of those games where we were so in control that, it's a bit of an invisible game for him. Anyway, Leandro Trossard. Now, firstly, I hope Martinelli's okay, because, look, he showed in that disallowed goal just how clinical he has become, how good he has become. But Leandro Trossard as well, look, if the ball drops to someone in this Arsenal team and they've only got one shot, one touch of the ball to get a strike off on goal, there's not anyone I don't think I'm putting ahead of Leandro Trossard. He's just got that knack to just have that one swing of the leg and get it right more often than not. And many of you would have seen his goal in the international break for Belgium. If you haven't, go and check it out. He's just lethal from, inside that box. He's just one of those players where you want the ball to fall to. Ødegaard had a couple today and, unfortunately found Pickford on both occasions. Leandro Trossard when he got his. And my God, I would love to see what the XG of that goal would be. In fact, I might try and check it out in my 5 at 5 tomorrow, because he should not be scoring from there. That is a really, really difficult finish to execute. Inside of his left foot, slicing it so it's going away from the keeper and just getting it posted in. Phenomenal strike. And a goal worthy of winning the game. It really, really was. And the interesting thing, I was never ever doubtful that we were going to score. In fact, you know what? I thought to myself, there will be a goal in the game. The whole game, up to the point of the goal, I thought there will be a goal in this game. Whether it's Arsenal or Everton is a different story. I thought obviously 80% chance Arsenal, maybe a 20% chance Everton, because we would have committed more and more and more in search of the win and perhaps left ourselves vulnerable at the back a little bit. But clearly, look, we got the goal. And the way we managed the game was brilliant. We didn't commit silly fouls. We didn't give them the ability to test us from set pieces a lot. And in fact, what we did on the attacking set pieces, on the attacking corners point of view, I thought was absolute genius. I'm going to cover that off in my 5 at 5 tomorrow. But all you need to know is look who Arteta celebrated the goal with when that goal went in. Arsenal pulled off a masterpiece with that. Really, really intelligent management and, really, really happy to see that work in the game, to see us pull it off. Now, Nketiah sort of struggled a little bit in this game, didn't get many touches when Gabriel Jesus came in. I didn't actually think that he was significantly better. And, that competition between these two, what you're hoping for is in moments like this, when Jesus comes on, he's sort of desperate to show that actually I should be the one starting. I don't think any of them grabbed it with two hands today, but both of them had sort of half chances. Nketiah, he perhaps took a touch and then Tarkowski was able to get the block in when he should have shot first time. And I think that was a ball from Vieira, who I thought did really, really well today. And then Gabriel Jesus, when he got put through, took a lovely touch on his chest. That second touch just wasn't able to get it out in front of him. Again, a little bit more needed from both of those players. But listen, overall, I'm absolutely over the moon. We won the last game before the international break. We won the first game back from the international break. We're there, putting pressure on Man City right from the start. Look, they've got a perfect record with 4 wins and a draw. And you think to yourself, man, the game that we drew, how frustrating, we should be winning that. But anyway, Arsenal is all about Champions League, our first game back for so many years, and then the big North London derby. It'll be very interesting to see what we do at home to PSV in terms of squad selection, whether we've got one eye on the Tottenham game or whether we're going all guns blazing for the Champions League. Anyway, I'll see you after PSV. Take care. Up the Arsenal.